welcome to my kitchen. Now, Olivia has asked me to share a recipe with you, and of course I'm not a chef, so I don't know anything about seasoning, I don't know anything about spicing, so I'm going to use this, which is a chorizo, and this is the basis for my dish. Because this is perfectly seasoned, this is perfectly smoky and perfectly spicy, and this is the basis for my chorizo and chicken stew. If you want to go fancy though, you can say rustic Mediterranean chicken and chorizo casserole. So we've got cut up sliced chorizo, we got some chicken there as well, we got some red onion, we got some really nice green olives there, we got some garlic, very rustic, terribly chopped. We got some, what is that? What's it called? It's called tomato puree, yes, thanks very much, thanks for helping. And we also have a tin of chopped tomatoes. Now this could not be simpler, so we're going to stick this in the oven, it'll be in for a while, and the richness of the tomatoes will come through. But so let's stick this in. There's a wee bit of heat in this little pan. There's quite a lot of heat in that particular one. Maybe I'll put that a little bit hot, so let me just turn that down. Good, this is live. Make sure that's not too hot when you put it in, of course. That's okay, so I'm going to turn that down to about 5, maybe 4. But there you go, then we're just getting some heat into that tomato. It's going to go into the it is going to go into the oven in just a moment, but we're going to start off with this amazing thing, and this is the chorizo. And you can buy these anywhere. No oil in a non-stick pan, and I'll show you why no oil in just a minute. These chorizos are fantastic. I got this in the local shop. It's like, you know, you can get them, they're usually kind of D-shaped and tied together at the bottom, but I cut it up. So here we go. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? So nice and quickly. I would probably keep that in for maybe another few minutes, but I'm going to stick it across into the tomatoes. Dead simple. Now you'll notice I'm not pouring it across. I'm doing it one by one reasonably carefully because I'm going to use the oil from the chorizo as the basis to fry off my chicken. Oops-a daisy. Everything's been cleaned, of course. To fry off my chicken, so I want to keep as much of that oil in the frying pan as possible. I have no idea, I'm trying to speak French. Anyway, here we go. So, that's across. Putting some heat back on there. And then we're not planning to cook the chicken, we're just going to try and get some kind of colour on it. And we're using the colour from the chorizo. Now look at that, we're not cooking this because we're going to stick it in the oven. While we're here, we could stick a little bit of black pepper on that chicken. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yes. Love that. Maybe a little bit of salt on there as well. Now you'll see in here, this is all going. This is basically for 2 people. This is fairly hearty. And we're just going to try to get a bit of colour from that chorizo onto the chicken there. So it's going to take that flavour and stay in that flavour, but it's inside the tomatoes, the casserole that's starting to bubble up. It'll be delicious. Okay, we can get this quite quickly. I'm going to do something else. Yes, so we want this to be fairly rich, but also the can of tomatoes, maybe use, oh I forgot to get this actually, just a little stock pure of any type. It's all about being prepared. Nick Nairn will be shouting his head off at me because I'm not prepared here. Get a little stock cube, maybe break up about half of it. Stick it in the can. Just use it all. Why don't we just use it all? Now we're quite lucky that we've got this pretty fancy old tap which pushes boiling water. So we're taking the still tomatoes in the can. Woo! That's hot, that's hot, that's hot, that's really hot. So we've got the chicken going. We're not even to cook the chicken, we're just getting this going. We're putting it in there. Again, we're sticking it across on the tongs because we basically want to keep the old, want to keep all that, the kind of richness of the chorizo oil in the pan. And I'm going to stick some onion in there very quickly, and you can hear it's all going pretty quiet on the old, on that pan there, so that pan needs to go up a little bit. Now you might think that's a lot of liquid, and you'd be right, because I think getting too much. That'll be fine, but the great thing is, it's nice and rich. When we stick it in the oven, we can also take it back out towards the end. And this is tomato puree, a kind of decent tablespoonful of tomato puree. So again, we're just covering the red onion, getting it slightly soft. While that's getting soft, we're going to stick a little bit of the garlic in there. And don't go too hot on the garlic, because when garlic burns, it tastes pretty horrible. So we just want to get a wee essence of the garlic. So we're ticking away in here. And now we can actually look at the colour of that. Look at the colour of that. Again, that's all from the chorizo. I haven't put any oil in there. That red onion and that garlic. It's amazing. So let's all stick it in now. Here we go. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Dead easy. Dead easy. Dead easy. It's bubbling away. Bubbling away. And you'll see as you go down to the bottom, the chorizo's in there, the chicken's in there, you've got the tomato puree in there. And what you don't have just yet is green olives. Now this dish you can put everything and anything in it. You can go red peppers, you can do green peppers, you can do, if you want to go really rustic, you can put some chickpeas in there as well. This will work forever. Also, when you stick it in the oven, you can stick it at 160 for a couple of hours and let that rich tomato sauce bubble through. But I'm going to go for a slightly quicker one. Look at that, they're all in there. Let's give it a little wee dish to it. Now that looks like quite a lot of liquid, I know, but we'll stick it in, get it boiled down, and that'll reduce down. I have put a bit too much in the way of liquid in there. I was kind of rushing. I think we need to put a little bit more, a little salt and pepper in there. Oh yes. On a dish like this, I reckon you can never have enough pepper, because there's a lot of spiciness going on that chorizo. Stick a lid on it, stick it into the oven for 180 degrees for about 45 minutes, maybe even 50 minutes, and then have a look at it. Take the lid off it and let it cook for another 10 minutes or so, and let that all that liquid reduce. And there you have it. Chicken and chorizo stew, or if you want to go fancy, it's rustic Mediterranean chicken and chorizo casserole. Now what I didn't say, because I'm not a professional, is once you take it out of there, it's really nice with couscous, maybe some rice or some big chunky bread, and also stick a bit of basil on the top when it's finished. That'd be delicious. I hope you enjoy it.